The leader of a prominent Palestinian militia in Gaza, backed and funded by Israel, has died. Yasser Abu Shabab, that militia leader, was killed on Thursday, according to 3 Israeli sources. The circumstances of how he was killed are still unclear at this time, but 2 of those sources said that Israel actually evacuated Abu Shabab to a hospital in southern Israel, where he was ultimately pronounced dead. Abu Shabab has coordinated with the Israeli military and the Israeli government for months now. His militia was armed and funded by the Israeli government in a move that was not run through the Israeli security cabinet, notably, but was carried out with the approval of the current Israeli government led by Prime Minister Netanyahu. Abu Shabab was based with his several hundred militiamen, according to his group, on the Israeli side of the yellow demarcation line inside the Gaza Strip. And throughout this ceasefire, his group has gone into the Hamas-controlled side of Gaza to carry out raids at times on that side. Hamas, which has previously vowed to target Abu Shabab, has not actually officially commented on his death, but a Hamas-affiliated group on Telegram posted this message saying, "Like we told you, Israel will not protect you." And so while Hamas isn't yet claiming responsibility for having killed Shabab, clearly they want there to be a message out of this to any current or potentially future collaborators with the state of Israel. And indeed, this will raise questions for other Palestinian militia groups or criminal gangs that may be considering participating or working with the Israeli government, with Israeli forces, about what could happen to them in those cases, or perhaps the limits of how much Israel can protect them from these kinds of actions. But as I said, we still don't know the full circumstances of how exactly Abu Shabab was killed. Abu Shabab was also viewed as part of kind of Israel's post-war governance plan of Gaza. We know that Israel has backed these armed gangs in the absence of a kind of broader post-war governance plan for the Gaza Strip. We are now waiting to see when those next stages of that post-war governance plan that at least President Trump and the United States have been pushing for, when those will begin to come into play, and when Israel will start to cooperate with the idea of an international stabilization force, for example, going into Gaza, and a potential Palestinian technocratic government taking the reins of power from the Hamas government inside of the Gaza Strip. But this does remain a tenuous ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. On Wednesday, we saw that at least 5 people were killed by an Israeli strike in Gaza. That, according to the Israeli military, was in retaliation for an attack carried out by Palestinian militants that wounded 5 Israeli soldiers. What we do know, though, is that there appear to have been civilian casualties as a result of that Israeli strike. 2 children were among the dead, according to Gaza's civil defense, and at least 32 other people were treated for injuries as a result of that strike. Jeremy Diamond, CNN, Jerusalem.